Hey guys, it's me, Chris. I just wanted to make another Facebook vlog, except unlike my last one, this one's not an April Fool's joke. So I just kind of wanted to make a video about games, the games I make. So whenever somebody asks me about my hobby or what I like to do in my spare free time, I tell them I make games and other creative stuff, and people are like, "Ooh, that's cool. What kind of games?" And I'm like, I feel like it's kind of a hard question to answer accurately in words. They're like simple games, like think internet flash games from 2005, but simpler. I don't really do anything big. I feel like the best way to really show people what kind of stuff I make would be in a video, which, hey, this is a video. So I put together like a 5-minute recording of just things I make. Not just games either. I make animations and other weird stuff. If you're curious and just interested in what I do, the stuff I make, here it is.
This is a Cool Hair Kid. It's one of my more bigger games. It's a platformer. You control this kid with some crazy looking hair. It's a pretty fun game. Got some puns here and there. Fight some zombies. This was a really old project back in like when I was in junior high or something like that. This game called Gyroscape, a newer game that I made. It's got this cool click rotation mechanic, got very shiny visuals and graphics, and it uses music from Stephen Bell. The yellow orbs are coins. You have to grab those. You shoot the triangles. There are a bunch of power-ups and upgrades as well. Here's a more simple game I made. I made this in about 15 minutes. It's just a simple apple catch game. I actually made this for a school presentation kind of thing. Let's look inside the code. This is the code for Scratch. As you can see, the code's pretty simple and very short. Here's a more complicated project. Probably one of the most complicated projects I've ever worked on. It's a camera system because Scratch, the thing I use, it doesn't have a camera you can actually move around. So I created one. I created one myself. It can rotate, zoom in and out, and just move about. The code for this is very complicated. As you can see, it's huge. It's long and complex. I promised a friend I'd make a Robin Hood game for her. And this is just a mock-up I made a long time ago just to demonstrate the engine. The red guy's an enemy moving around. The blue guy is you. You can move around. You can zoom in and out. I had kind of a system going on to automatically generate all the tiles and enemies and whatnot. And the coding required for the logic system I implemented was got a little bit too complicated. I actually ended up scrapping this project. And I started with a new system. Much simpler, no camera movements. I actually got a lot farther than this one. You can shoot arrows at the enemies. They chase you. You can swing swords. You can press space to pick up your arrows. And you can drag the dead bodies. In this level, you have to grab the coins while avoiding the bad guys. You can kill them there. Grab all the coins. And then make it back to the goal. This level, I demonstrate that you can, when you kill the bad guys, the other bad guy can see the dead body and realize that they're there. So, you have to kill the bad guy and drag the dead body out of sight. That's about all I've done with this mock-up, and I never got around to finishing this game. I'm sorry, Colette. It was a really cool project to work on. I also make animations as well. They're pretty cruddy looking, though.
I am Hot Boy, defender of justice and love.
Hot Boy, will you be my Valentine?
I made this for Valentine's Day. This is an animation I made based off of a comic I drew in high school that all my friends were really into. Then I made this one day featuring an epic fight scene that it was just an April Fool's joke. My friends were not happy with me. This is an actual animation I intended to actually finish and not be an April Fool's joke. It's supposed to be an epic fight scene between the characters of the same comic series. As you can see, it's unfinished. That's as far as I've gone. Here's a fun little idea I had once. I made a structure of Legos, and just small structure of Legos, and I took these pictures, and I made a little interactive adventure. You can control the dude with the arrow keys and just move around, and it's really short, but it was a fun concept that I enjoyed making. Here's footage of me editing this video. And here's footage of me editing the video. This is a point-and-click adventure game called Adventure 2. It's this huge work in progress, but it's going to be pretty great when I finish it, based off of a calculator game called Adventure 2 that I made in high school. See, now we're in the forest, and we're lost. If I continue, I will die. And this is a broken clock simulator. See, I've got a a lot of variety to the type of stuff I make. You move the hands around, they don't move. It's a broken clock simulator. Not much else to say. This is a Deventure. Remember I mentioned the calculator games I made in high school? My friends were really fond of it, so I recreated Deventure for the computer. You can click the keys on the calculator, or you can just use the arrow keys on your keyboard. And it's pretty much a huge text-based adventure game. It was really fun to recreate. The code for this is actually pretty complicated, believe it or not. Here's the code for emulating the calculator. Here's the code for compiling the code of the mini programming language that I essentially created to do this on the computer. So I'm actually making a better version of this calculator emulator, and I plan to release more games that I made back in high school on my calculator onto the computer. See, it's got a little menu. You can interact with the calculator. The calculator can actually move. This is a project I'm currently working on, and it's been taking me a long time. You can shrink and grow the calculator size. You can make it full screen. Look at them nice pixel graphics. I'm quite happy with the way it's turning out so far. Still got a lot more work to do with this thing. And that concludes a short, brief look at the kind of crap that I make. I hope you found that interesting.
I don't really have anything to say in this outro video part.